Thanks, Jamie. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm calling the, believe it or not, September 2018 Zoning Board of Appeals, Village of Ossining, public hearing to order. I ask you to please turn off your cell phones, and for those in the audience, please do not engage in activities that may distract the board or the applicants or their respective representatives. Please do not engage in large or extended conversations during the proceedings. Any conversations by the audience members should be conducted outside the hearing room. At the end of the applicant's presentation, the public will be given an opportunity to speak on relevant issues involving that particular application. Also want to remind everyone that the zoning board, I don't have to read that whole paragraph again, must go through the planning department and the building department, and every I must be dotted and T crossed before they are presented to the zoning board. So, thank you very much, and we're going to begin. We do have a lot of adjournments tonight. This being an odd night for the zoning board, we had several members that weren't going to be here. That's why I was making the comment that George came back to be with us. So we're going to have some adjournments, and we'll have a very heavy schedule in October. So we'll have to ask. My mic is live.
Battery went.
New mic, new mic.
Nope.
I think it went back on.
Red, it went red. Okay, sorry about that. So we'll have a very heavy schedule on in October, which will be on our regularly scheduled day. Okay, so ZBA 2217, Victoria Home, back to see us again, 25 North Malcolm.
Good evening. Thank you very much for having us. Am I working?
It's a little button on the side.
I could speak loud.
We can hear you. I can hear you
How's
fine.
that? No? The power button? Moving now?
Yes.
There we go. Anyway, thank you very much for having us tonight. We're back here, hopefully for a final time. We received our, they voted for a negative declaration at the planning board last meeting. And we're in preparation. They will have us back at the end of this month if everything goes well for our final site plan approval and conditional use approval. We received our required EAC approval and finding consistency. And as we have come here before, we are here for really a ratification and a reissuance of variances already granted. However, as the project has continually gotten smaller in scope, the magnitude of those variances are smaller in most cases. You'll see them on the submission. It was made to you both described in the zoning worksheet and in sheet C101, where area and use variance worksheet, where they're detailed and indicated by relevant code section. They all relate to 270-10, 270-30, and 270-27 of the zoning code. And we ask respectfully for a vote of, still on, whether it's, I thought Sonia was going to be here tonight, but I don't see her. Whether it was going to be for reapproval or ratification based upon the amendments and modification, but we asked for that this evening.
Okay. I think since the application has changed, it would be an approval on the zoning variances. But it hasn't gotten bigger. It's gotten smaller.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. Thank you. Is there anybody else here that wants to speak on the Victoria home? All right. Great. So we're breaking ground soon?
Well, we hope so. Once we're in the process of dealing now with our financing and final reapproval. The state had to reapprove the reduction in scope as well, and they will issue new conditions that will give us a time limitation by when we must have shovel in the ground.
Okay. And how many beds is it going to be?
90. Our original approvals here were for 120 beds.
Right.
Then it was reduced down to 90, and then reduced down again, still to 90, but trimming about 10 or 15,000 square feet off the project, which reduced some of the magnitude of the variances needed.
Okay. Anybody has any questions from this board?
Is this something, since the variances have been reduced, that we can just approve it this time instead of the end of the meeting?
Well, we're gonna close this public hearing and we're gonna do that, yeah. That's the way we're doing the
Okay.
public hearings right now. We're doing an applicant, close the public hearing and vote. That's, or adjourn, it depends on what the cause is.
Okay.
All right, if there's no one in the audience, I would like a motion to close the public hearing on ZBA 2217.
I make a motion, we close the public hearing?
Second?
Second?
All in favor? Okay, any questions on the board?
No.
Okay. Do we have a motion to approve the zoning variances?
Motion to approve the variance.
I second that.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much for your
Thank you very
courtesy,
much.
as always. Have a good
Thank
evening.
you.
Thank you, guys.
Don't forget, we want to see that mansion before you, do take it apart.
I'll come over anytime, we'll have tea.
Okay,
Oh,
sounds good.
In crumpets?
Sure, I'll make you some.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty, see you later.
CBA 0218, which is Spring Street, 49 Spring Street, has been adjourned to October. ZBA 1418, Plateau Associates, 36 Water Street, has been adjourned to October. ZBA 1518, 228 North Highland Avenue, I'm going to let you address it, it is adjourned, but this is the one that was a use variance, and you're going to talk about that.
Yes, that is being adjourned indefinitely. It was determined that the single-family home was a legal non-conforming use because the single-family residential is not permitted use on the first floor. So they didn't need a use variance because they're coming in to amend the non-conforming use to bring it more in conformance by making the front commercial. So they actually have to go before planning board for a site plan approval to do that. We're leaving it on the agenda because they may have to come back for an area variance once they go through the site plan review process.
So in other words, we wouldn't have to charge them twice.
Correct.
Yeah. So that will stay adjourned, okay. Now our new business on the board, ZBA 1818, which is 78 Prospect, has been adjourned to the October meeting. ZBA 1918, 119 State Street.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Jerry Klein. I'm an attorney, 1 Croton Point Avenue, Croton-on-Hudson, New York. To my left is my client, Samil Hannon, the owner of 119 State Street, Ossining, New York. We're here tonight for a request for an area variance. There's been submissions to your board. Basically,
Do you want me to speak? I'm the architect.
you're the architect. Basically, the architect is going to speak to you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so this is a house that's been in existence for 115 years. It's been a two-family, well, that's not it.
No.
It's on, sorry, let's see.
Go.
It's on State Street. The lot is only 50 feet wide. The house basically needs egress from the second story, and so what was there before were some rickety old stairs, and what we were doing is trying to replace them. The stairs have been there for a while. The new stairs are going to be to code and much safer, but the problem is that we have a side lot line of, yeah, it's really small, isn't it? It's yeah. Oh yeah, okay, 3.5, yeah, I guess feet. So anyway, the house is jammed to one side of the property, so anywhere we put these stairs would be difficult, especially with the doors that are upstairs. It doesn't go beyond the line of the house.
Okay. So on your, so what you're trying to do is bring the house into,
Make it safe.
Make it safe, yeah.
make it safe,
And
and,
that's what
but
it
there's,
looks like.
but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 variances asked for, right?
Correct.
Well, some of them are already pre-existing. The only one
Right.
that are variances that deal with the stairs is the one side yard for
Yeah.
8.6 and the 6.9 for the both side yard.
Right.
Right.
The others are pre-existing.
But they will just bring it into code right now, the whole house into code.
Yeah, we'll bring it,
Yeah, yeah.
put it all together and make an apple pie.
Right, and the site is smaller, so, you know, site width is supposed to be 75,
No,
it's 50, you know.
That's happened on so many of the narrow lots in Austin
Right.
and
Yeah.
and other places, and you're sort of trapped because the old houses were built when you didn't have a problem, you do what you wanted,
Mhm.
and you can't exactly do that now.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions for the architect or the attorney
No,
or the
it's
owner?
a common problem.
Is there anyone here that's here to talk on 119 State Street? Seeing no one? I ask that we close the public hearing on 119 State Street and
Make a motion to close the hearing on 119 State.
Second.
all in favor? Discussion?
I think if it has safety, it's good.
Yeah,
That's how I feel, so I would certainly approve it.
Okay. Have a motion to approve the variances for 119 State Street?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
ZBA 2018, Sing Sing Property Group, oh, it's administrative company, but 77 Broadway. That's a jerk. Oh, that's a jerk. I'm sorry. Oh, we're done.
Right, no, the one on.
We got
Can I skip
1918.
one?
Turn over one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, it's been a long time since we had one on the back. I'm sorry, I apologize to ZBA 2118.
We'll make 'em come
Falling Place. I'm sorry, sir.
No problem, thank you.
Turn it over, turn it over.
Good
Yes, sir.
evening, my name is Lou Basie, I'm the architect for the applicant. What we have for you tonight is an existing condition, I'll show you on the site plan. We're trying to legalize a raised patio in the back and an existing deck, which the homeowner would like to improve, make it safe, and change the railing just to make it conform to code. Right now, you can see the deck right now has this kind of like a post and rail kind of look to it, and it's really unsafe. So we discovered that the existing raised patio and the existing deck were never permitted. So after speaking with the building inspector, we noticed that we needed variances for an existing condition. The existing conditions were that the backyard is only, to the raised patio is only 19 feet where we need 30. The side yard is 7.5 and 12 where we need 12 for one side. We need 12 on one side where we only have 7.5, so we need a variance for that combined side yard as well as one side yard setback. So it is an existing condition. It's been there for a while, so I don't think it's going to be a detriment to the neighborhood. It's something that we'd like to keep and like to improve. So with the blessing of the board, we'd like to, maintain it.
Do you want to make any changes to what's currently there?
Only to the deck. The existing patio that's there, I think the only improvement that we have to do is put a railing because it's too low. Somebody might fall off. It needs a railing at 36 inches, so we're going to propose that. And we're going to change the deck because it's unsafe. It's starting to wear.
But you're not changing the size?
No, the size is going to
That's
stay
that's what I
exactly
meant,
the
the
That's what you meant.
configuration.
Yeah, thank you, sorry about that. Yeah, no, the configuration is going to stay the same.
Okay,
All right.
fantastic. And we're making another house safe.
Yes.
No, I mean,
It's
people,
very-
one of my friends fell off when one of these decks collapsed, and, you can
Yeah.
really get hurt if it's not safe.
Oh, yeah.
If you want to make it safer, and you're not changing it, I certainly have no problem with it.
Is there anyone here to speak on 5 Spalding Place? All right, so can I have a motion to close the public hearing on 5 Spalding
Public
Place?
hearing.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any discussion from the board? Don't make it bigger than it is. Joe will be
We'll be
there.
watching.
Motion to approve?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, sir.
Great, thank you, have a good night.
Have a nice night yourself.
I'm just actually very curious.
Yeah.
And,
We're just gonna be fixing it up.
Here, pass that down to Sue.
So you're okay? You didn't want to speak on that?
no, we were just concerned about other things, but that's
No,
not,
we're just concerned about overcrowding in the neighborhood, so
Oh.
we just wanna make sure that it's not something.
nothing sneaking in.
Yeah, it hadn't changed.
Nope,
I mean, the
single
size
family.
hasn't changed.
And we have to tell you, and we're glad you came, because we always encourage people to come to the
Oh,
meetings.
absolutely.
But we are very conscious of that in every neighborhood.
Sometimes people that in the audience come up with very good questions.
Yes, yes. And always feel free to come up to the mic if you want to.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve the minutes and resolutions from the August 14th, 2018 meeting.
I can't do that.
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And George, you're abstaining?
Yes.
And George is abstaining. Thank you very much. We enjoyed having our very quick board meeting, and we'll see you for quite lengthy, so everyone's schedule, and the date on that one is October 9th. Everybody put it in their calendar. They'll be here for a little while on October 9th, because we'll have all the adjournments from this week, from this month, and the new ones from next month. Thank you very much.